today's watch review, we're going to be talking about the Seiko Excelsior model SSC139. So let's get right into it. Starting off, we're going to roll right into a 360 view, just so that you folks can go ahead and see what it looks like on different shades of light and just at different angles. For dimensions, from the crown to 9 o'clock, we are looking at right around 46.4 millimeters, and then a thickness right at 11.5 millimeters. And for weight, we are looking at almost 6.5 ounces, or 182 grams. And this is what we're looking at for the wrist shot. I have about a 8-inch to 7.5-inch wrist, and I think it fits wonderfully on mine, and I think it'll fit just fine on most people's wrists. Going over the bracelet, starting off, as far as dimensions go, we're looking at 22 millimeter, and then just a wonderful design here, very organic looking and unique, almost alien in nature. The clasp is nothing special, just your standard stamped steel fold over locking clasp, but the selling point here is that fantastic bracelet. And the design, I understand, is a little bit of an acquired taste, but just the uniqueness of it all, especially with Seiko designs, is fantastic. Now going over the functions and features, starting off, we've got a solar powered quartz movement. The caliber is the V172 movement, which has been extremely reliable for me. I've had no issues, and I have owned the Excelsior for just over 3 years now. We've also got 3 subdials on the dial. The top one is your chronometer, so it will measure up to 60 minutes. And then the 9 o'clock dial is your second hand. And then the 6 o'clock dial is your alarm. We also have a date window by the 3 o'clock position. I will say that it's a little bit difficult to see the numbers with the black background and white numbers. However, I don't think that's really the focus on the watch itself, so I'm not really going to take away points on it. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. You might just have some trouble trying to see the date. But again, that's what cell phones are for. Our dial is covered by a scratch-resistant mineral crystal, and right underneath that are these beautifully applied indices with Lume bright markers around the chapter ring as well, and the hour hand and minute hand too. For water resistance, we have 100 meters of water resistance, or 330 feet. However, the crown is a non-screw down crown, so, not the best in the world, but no complaints there either. Now let's go ahead and check out that lume. Again, it's Lume bright, so you will not be disappointed. There is the Lume bright. Again, very pleasing to the eye. I have no complaints. Just absolutely wonderful. Now just going over my personal thoughts. So the Excelsior was actually the very first Seiko I ever purchased. This was really my first foray into collecting watches that weren't budget-friendly beater watches. I think what really attracted me to the Excelsior was just how unique it looked. Normally, when you go online and you look at Seikos and Citizens, they all have a very similar design, and there's nothing wrong with that, but they all have basic circles, basic squares for design features. This one, like I said before, it's very alien in nature. The bracelet almost looks like the spine of some creature from a different galaxy, and that two-tone color, everything about it kind of exudes elegance, but in a almost tacky, manly way, and I don't know, I just really liked that. Plus, once I received the watch, the overall build quality was just very impressive with the all metal case and bracelet, but also being very thin, so it's not too thick. The dimensions are all very reasonable. It was very attractive and also very pleasing to wear. I had also never experienced a true chronometer, and this was the first time I'd kind of seen that sweeping motion of the second hand. And you know, I've owned automatics before, but for some reason this one just had a smoother operation than what I was used to. And that was also just something that really impressed me and really got me hooked into continuing my journey on trying to find new watches with just, you know, really good quality. So while I will say that the design is very unique and kind of out of left field for normal Seiko design, I think that in and of itself is one of the Excelsior's greatest strengths. I do appreciate the fact that they kind of went out of their comfort zone, and I really do hope to see different design features like this that are a little bit bolder and more out there. That's pretty much all I have to say for now. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you're gonna ask me, do I recommend the watch? I would say yes. You know, you definitely should focus on watches that call to you. I wouldn't just get it just to get it, but if you do like the way that this looks and it's kind of been in the back of your head and you know you're not sure whether or not to get it, I will tell you, you will not be disappointed and it will last you a very long time. It's very reliable. You've got your proven Seiko quality. So yes, I do recommend it if this is one that you have been looking at and are considering buying. So anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it helps you with your next watch purchase. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.